He's right here. He's right here. Look. That's gotta be him.
The water hides things we're not meant to see. Creatures that defy logic, hybrids that shouldn't exist, and monsters that crawl from the depths. These eerie, mysterious beings have been caught on camera, rising from the unknown. Some are explainable, others not so much. Let's see the difference. In an undisclosed location, a fisherman was reeling in his line when he spotted something bizarre near the water's edge. A strange fish swam by, unlike anything he'd seen before. It had a long, flowing tail and what appeared to be ears. Something fish aren't supposed to have. Even its body shape was odd, and the way it moved through the water felt unsettling. Was it a rare species or some kind of mutation? He had no clue. One thing was certain, this wasn't a normal fish. Experts might need to take a closer look to figure out what it really is. Slithering, swampy mess.
He's right here. He's right here. Look. That's gotta be him. Yeah.
While exploring a swamp, a man spotted something slithering through the water. At first, he thought it was a snake, but as he got closer, he realized it looked more like an eel. Its smooth, elongated body resembled the ones found in the ocean. But what was it doing in a swamp? Intrigued, he watched for a while, noting its unusual features. The creature didn't seem dangerous, so he gently placed it back into the water and watched it disappear beneath the murky surface. The strange encounter left him wondering what other bizarre creatures might be hiding in the depths.
He's fast. He's like right at the shore.
Unidentified remains. Locals in Carmen del Paraná, Paraguay, gathered near a shallow stream after a strange discovery. A decomposed body had surfaced, but something about it was different. It had an eerie, humanoid shape, sparking wild theories. Some claimed it was the legendary chupacabra, a creature feared across Latin America. Others pointed out its resemblance to alien encounters. Whatever it was, the unsettling find quickly became the town's biggest mystery. Swamp Guardian? A local passing by a swamp noticed something eerie rising from the water. At first, it looked like an old relic, but its twisted branches and bone-like top gave it a creepy presence. Villagers whispered theories. Was it an ancient offering or some kind of guardian? No one dared to get too close, and the figure remained a silent, unsettling mystery. Farmer's unusual friend. For years, a rice farmer had been feeding a wild salamander near his fields. The salamander seemed to recognize him, always showing up when he arrived. One day, the farmer decided to record it. He stood by the water, holding out food, and within seconds, the salamander appeared from under a rock. It stared at the food before quickly snatching it. The farmer was amazed by how comfortable it had become around him. He shared the video online, showing the unusual bond he had formed with the wild creature. The clip quickly spread, leaving people surprised by how a simple act of feeding had created such a strange and special connection. Swamp Sasquatch sighting. A man walking near a swamp noticed something shifting behind the trees. At first, it looked like a massive figure sitting among the shadows. Then, it slowly rose and moved. This was no ordinary creature. With a mix of shock and excitement, he realized it resembled a Sasquatch. Grabbing his phone, he quickly recorded the strange sight. But before he could capture more, the figure disappeared into the trees. He stood frozen, still processing what had just happened. The eerie encounter stayed with him, leaving behind an unanswered mystery. Alien River Mystery. While strolling along the riverbank, a man spotted an unusual creature resting near the water. It had a pale, elongated body with tiny, alien-like eyes, unlike anything he had ever seen. Some believed it could be a rare salamander, while others suggested it was a soft-shell turtle. But despite the many guesses, no one could say for sure. The strange sighting stirred curiosity, making people wonder if it was an undiscovered species or something far more mysterious. The man couldn't shake the feeling that he had stumbled upon something truly extraordinary. Strange discovery. On August 8th, something unusual emerged from the ground in North Queensland. A cameraman first thought it was a crocodile resting in the shallow mud at low tide, but as he got closer, he realized it was something completely different. The strange sight left people curious, wondering what kind of creature it could be. The mystery only added to the fascination of the area's wildlife. Strange figure. When this was local near a wooded river, he froze at the sight of something unusual. A figure moved through the water as if trying to cross. Curious but cautious, he pulled out his phone and started recording. Then it turned. Its face, strange and unsettling, sent chills down his spine. When the footage spread online, many called it a juvenile Bigfoot, possibly wandering too far from its hiding place. With the area known for mysterious sightings, some believed it was proof of something lurking in the woods. Others weren't so sure. Unseen creature.
Isso, coloca a luz pra gente poder.
Two friends ventured into the dense Brazilian woods at night, looking for a thrill. What they found was something they couldn't explain. A strange being stood before them. Its skin looked as if it had been turned inside out. The dim light and blurry footage made it hard to tell where its limbs ended. Some compared it to a distorted rabbit, others to something not of this world. Whatever it was, their adventure turned into a night they'd never forget.
E agora, vamos fazer o que com esse?
Unidentified beach find. A group of beachgoers in Hurghada, Egypt, stumbled upon something bizarre on the shore. A strange, bloated creature rested on the wet sand, its round body swollen and unnatural. People gathered, trying to figure out if it was a deep-sea animal or something unknown. With countless marine creatures still undiscovered, this find only deepened the mystery. No one has been able to identify it. Kappa's return. Fishermen in a small town near the woods made an unbelievable catch, something that looked nothing like an ordinary fish. As they pulled it from the water, they noticed its strange humanoid shape, green skin, and a tough, shell-like structure on its back. Whispers spread fast, and the locals quickly gave it a name, the Kappa. This eerie resemblance to the legendary Japanese creature left everyone unsettled. Unsure of what they had discovered, they handed it over to scientists, hoping for answers. Close encounter. A hiker rested near a swamp when something in the water caught his eye. At first, it was just a ripple, but then he saw it. A massive snake gliding just beneath the surface. The thick body, moving effortlessly, left no doubt. It was an anaconda. He froze, watching as it slid past without changing course. Taking that as his cue, he packed up and moved on, now more aware of his surroundings. River's dark secret. A man was enjoying a peaceful moment by the river when a sudden splash shattered the silence. Curious, he moved closer and spotted something massive in the water. It was an animal with large horns, stuck in a tree, its body still partially submerged. At first, he thought it was struggling, but as he observed, he realized it wasn't moving at all. Disturbed, he called the locals for help. What happened next remains a mystery. Some believe they simply removed the creature, while others suspect they buried the truth along with it. Ghostly river figure. Two men were walking by a river when they noticed something strange. A figure sitting on the bank. It looked human, but had a tail. Staring in disbelief, they hesitated, unsure of what they were seeing. Could it be a siren? One of them, driven by curiosity, stepped forward. The figure remained still, as if unaware of their presence. They recorded the eerie sight, and when they shared it online, people quickly speculated that it was the ghost of a mermaid. Whatever it was, the mystery only deepened. Mysterious dweller. a group of friends fishing in the Amazon spotted something unusual. A dark figure moved slowly through the water. As they zoomed in, a face appeared, covered in strange fur, its features eerily human. Silence fell over the group. Some swore they had just seen Bigfoot, while others suspected a trick. What had started as a peaceful fishing trip had turned into an encounter they would never forget. Mysterious swamp figure. A man near a swamp saw something moving just below the surface. It had long hair and a human-like shape, swimming beneath the water's surface. For a moment, a pale face appeared before slipping back under. As it moved, its lower half looked smooth and fish-like. The footage spread fast, leaving people wondering what he had just recorded. Beach anomaly. One afternoon, a group of beachgoers stumbled upon an eerie sight. An odd-looking creature washed up on the shore. Its strange body and unsettling teeth gave it an almost monstrous appearance, making some wonder if they had discovered a real-life sea creature. The bizarre find quickly attracted a crowd, with people debating what it could be. But when experts arrived, they confirmed the truth. It was actually a dolphin, its appearance altered after spending time in the water. While the mystery was solved, the eerie sight left a lasting impression on those who witnessed it. Drowning mystery. Two men boating through a swamp noticed something floating. A dark shape drifted on the water, barely moving. When they nudged it with a stick, weak hands grabbed on. It was a monkey, exhausted and struggling to stay afloat. They carefully lifted it onto the boat, watching as it shivered, too tired to move. The poor thing must have been stranded for hours. Without hesitation, they took it to safety, hoping it would recover soon. Strange shadow. Something huge moved under Loch Maury's surface, catching the attention of a museum team. They sent a drone over the lake and captured strange footage. Some thought it was Chessie, the Chesapeake Bay creature. Others weren't so sure. The discovery left people wondering if something unknown was hiding in the water. Creatures splashes. A man walking by a jungle river stopped when he saw giant splashes at the water's edge. Curious, he recorded the strange sight. The water churned as if something powerful was moving beneath the surface. When he shared the footage online, experts identified the behavior. It was manatees performing a mating dance. Their energetic yet graceful movements were part of a unique courtship ritual. Learning the truth left him amazed, turning what seemed like a mystery into a rare glimpse of nature's wonders. Colossal catch. In Argentina, a fisherman made an astonishing catch, an enormous catfish, nearly 7 feet long. The fish thrashed as he struggled to secure it, its sheer size making it a challenge. When the footage hit Reddit, people couldn't believe their eyes. Some speculated it could be one of the largest freshwater catfish ever caught. Whether it was luck or skill, this fisherman had a story he'd never forget. Unlikely ride. While walking near a swamp, a man spotted something strange by the water's edge. At first, he thought it was just a fish, but as he got closer, he saw a frog perched on its back, calmly riding along. The frog sat there as if it had claimed the fish as its personal raft, completely unbothered. The sight was oddly amusing, like a tiny duo navigating the waters together. It was a rare moment that reminded him how unexpected and bizarre nature can be. Even in the wild, strange connections can form, creating scenes that almost seem too unreal to believe. Lucky Unlucky Hybrid. This next video is straight out of a nightmare. An alligator fish. A fisherman in the Aquidauana River saw something lurking beneath the water, a creature with the head of an alligator and the body of a fish. The eerie combination sent chills down his spine. He tried to get a closer look, but before he could, the creature vanished into the murky depths. Another fisherman nearby also searched for it, but all he found were rustling branches and rippling water. Was it a rare species or something else? That remains a mystery. Wriggling monster.
What did you think of the worm?
I thought
of it as like an amazing discovery.
This boy in New Zealand found a giant earthworm in his backyard, bigger than anything he had seen. He convinced his dad to keep it in a plastic bag before scientists got involved. They were shocked by its size and took it for study. What started as a simple backyard walk turned into an unbelievable discovery.
I tried to convince my dad to keep it in a plastic bag.
Strange mass. During a boating trip, a group of friends spotted something floating on the water. As they got closer, they realized a swarm of jellyfish had surrounded their boat. Their soft, translucent bodies pulsed gently, tentacles swaying with the current. It almost felt like the jellyfish were watching them. Unsure of what to do, the friends stayed still, waiting. Then, as silently as they had gathered, the jellyfish drifted away, disappearing into the water. Haunting river sighting.
Itu yang kemarin apa? Bukan ya? Astagfirullah.
A local's casual walk by the river took a chilling turn when he spotted something unsettling. A pale-faced woman sat partially submerged in the water, motionless. He pulled out his phone, capturing the eerie sight. The lifeless stare and ghostly appearance left him convinced it was the water spirit rumored to haunt this place. Shaken, he left immediately, vowing never to return.
Ekor ular itu ya? Bukan ya? Astagfirullahaladzim, tapi ekornya mana ya?
Strange ocean find. While boating in Japan, a girl noticed something clinging to her boat. Curious, she pulled it out and placed it inside. The odd creature had a coral-like shape and a strange, almost alien mouth. The more she looked, the stranger it seemed. Not something you'd expect to find in the ocean. Watching it move was unsettling, adding to the mystery of what it could be. Golden figure. This bizarre video surfaced online, showing a small golden humanoid wading through the water. Its appearance was almost unreal, like something straight out of a sci-fi movie. It walked calmly, adding to the eerie nature of the footage. No one knew where it was filmed or who captured it, whether a hoax or something truly unexplained. The mystery left people both fascinated and uneasy. Water dweller. Locals gathered at a bridge, staring at the water below. A huge, colorful fish lurked beneath the surface, its size impossible to ignore. Videos spread fast, with many calling it the pirarucu, one of the largest freshwater fish in the world. Growing up to 10 feet long, these giants usually stay in the Amazon. Its sudden appearance left people wondering how it ended up so far from home. Bizarre Texas. A Texas local strolling through the woods found something truly strange. At first, it looked like a piece of metal on the ground, but when he touched it, surprise, it was organic. Strange, wriggling sprouts grew from its surface, making the whole thing even more unsettling. Was it an alien organism, a mutated fungus, or maybe a nest of insect larvae? No one knows for sure, but the mystery has sparked endless speculation. Fanged mystery. You don't see something like this every day. A tourist in the Philippines spotted something bizarre washed up on the shore. The dried-out fish had long, pointed fangs and eyes that eerily resembled a human's gaze. It looked like something straight out of a nightmare. Scientists suggest its odd features may be due to pollution, which can cause mutations in marine life. Whatever the cause, this strange discovery left many wondering what else lurks in our oceans. Massive Florida discovery.
The best bone that came out of this spot, this is the scapula, and it's the shoulder blade.
Two fossil hunters in Florida uncovered something incredible. While digging in the sand, they found a massive bone, so large and heavy that lifting it was a challenge. As they continued, they uncovered an intact scapula and shoulder blade, both remarkably well preserved. The sheer size of the find stunned them, adding yet another mystery to Florida's prehistoric past.
A crazy bone. It's so heavy, it's hard to hold, honestly, so.
Limbing for more. Unusual is an understatement for this bizarre creature. While working in his garden in Florida, a man spotted what seemed like a normal frog hopping along, but when he got a closer look, he froze. This frog had 2 extra legs sprouting between its usual hind legs. It moved clumsily, struggling to coordinate its strange limbs. Was it a rare genetic mutation, or had something in the environment caused this eerie deformity? Whatever the reason, one thing was certain: this was no ordinary frog. Thrice the mutation.
What the f? He's got 3 eyes?
While fishing in Argentina, a man reeled in something straight out of a nightmare, an unusual fish with rough, strange scales and 3 unsettling eyes staring right at him. Shocked, he hesitated, wondering if he had just pulled in a creature no one else had ever seen. Local rumors of bizarre beings lurking in these waters suddenly felt very real. Not knowing what else to do, he released it, watching as it disappeared beneath the surface. But one thought haunted him. Had he just let go of a one-of-a-kind creature?
Dude, and he's a monster? But he's got 3 eyes?
Clean up, creeper. During a routine beach cleanup in South Korea, a worker stumbled upon something far from ordinary. Amid the usual debris lay a long, sleek creature with razor-sharp teeth, its lifeless form unlike anything he had ever seen. Its odd appearance immediately raised questions. What was it, and how did it end up here? With no clear answers, the eerie discovery left many wondering if the ocean had just revealed one of its hidden mysteries. Forest crawlers. One trail camera captured something that looked like it came straight out of a nightmare. 2 eerie figures appeared in the woods, one dressed entirely in black, the other resembling something far less human. But the real shock came when the 2 started fighting. The struggle was intense, and by the end, the black-clad figure was forcefully dragged into the deeper woods. The chilling footage sparked endless speculation. This could have been a staged cryptid battle, or something totally mysterious. No one had answers, only more questions. So what about you? Strange underground mess. An entire patch of ground was caught covered in long, string-like forms on camera. Some thought they were plant roots, tangled together in an eerie formation. Others swore they were worms, shifting ever so slightly. The bizarre sight left the community in shock, unsure if they had unearthed a natural phenomenon or something far weirder lurking beneath the soil. Fishing trip. Rescue. Jason Frost and Brandon Key were fishing on Alabama's Black Warrior River when they noticed something unusual swimming toward their boat. Instead of a fish, it was a tiny kitten struggling in the water. Moments later, a second one appeared, also desperately trying to stay afloat. Without hesitation, they pulled both kittens to safety. It was clear they had somehow ended up in the river and had no way back to shore. That day, instead of catching fish, they rescued 2 unexpected little swimmers, turning an ordinary fishing trip into a rescue mission they'd never forget.
They're twins.
Living slime. In a quiet, swampy pond, scientists on a research mission came across something bizarre. A white, slimy mass that looked like a living orange peel. Sticky tendrils stretched out from it, moving in a way that seemed almost alive. At first, they thought the tendrils might have been brushed by nearby fish, but the water was undisturbed. That theory quickly fell apart. One expert speculated that it could be the decaying remains of a creature's nervous system, still showing reflexes. But if that were true, how did it get there? The eerie discovery left them with more questions than answers, adding yet another mystery to the depths of the swamp. Forest blobs. While walking through the forest, a group of explorers came across something unusual. Large, dusty blobs scattered across the ground. Intrigued, they decided to investigate. With a few careful pokes, they discovered something even stranger inside. Perfect white eggs hidden within the strange formations. Their excitement suggested they had been searching for these odd objects, but when they shared the footage online, confusion spread quickly. Some believed the blobs could be the work of a rare animal, while others speculated they were a bizarre type of fungus or plant. With no clear answer, the mystery only deepened, leaving people wondering what could be lurking beneath the forest floor. Drain shadow. This person was walking down the road and spotted movement in a sewer drain. At first, it looked like a worm, but as they got closer, they realized it was much bigger. The only thing visible was a tail, which quickly vanished into the water. Was it an eel? A snake? Whatever it was. The sight was enough to send chills down their spine. They decided to avoid that road from then on, and honestly, who could blame them? Fish or bird? A bizarre creature was pulled from a swamp in China, and people couldn't believe their eyes. It had the body of a fish, but the head of a bird. Those who saw it were stunned, and wild theories started spreading. Some thought it was a genetic mutation, while others believed it was a failed experiment, maybe even something the government was hiding. The video spread like wildfire, leaving people questioning what else might be lurking in the depths. No one had a clear answer, but one thing was certain: it was a discovery no one expected. Grumpy lizard. Even lizards need a break sometimes. This one was floating upside down in the water, completely relaxed, until a man came along and woke it up. The little guy opened its eyes and shot him the grumpiest look, as if to say, "Really? You had to ruin my nap?" It didn't move right away, just kept staring, clearly annoyed. For a moment, it seemed to debate whether to go back to sleep or swim off. Eventually, it decided it had enough and left. A funny little reminder that even reptiles have moods. Mysterious rush. This crocodile was spotted charging across the grassy land toward the swamp, moving faster than expected. It pushed through the muddy path without slowing down, like it was on a mission. A man watching from afar assumed it was hunting, but the reptile didn't stop. Just before reaching the water, it paused, glanced around, then calmly slipped into the swamp as if nothing had happened. Its sudden urgency and quick change in behavior left everyone wondering, was it chasing something or just eager to return to the water? Whatever the reason, it was an incredible moment to witness. Migration. Surprise.
Dude, is it still lobster season?
While boating in a small forest pond, a man noticed something strange. Hundreds of lobsters swimming beneath him. It looked like an army moving with purpose, all heading in the same direction. The unusual sight left him wondering why they had gathered in such large numbers. Curious, he filmed the moment and shared it with experts. They explained that the lobsters were migrating, a rare but natural event. Though the mystery was solved, the sight of so many lobsters moving together was something he would never forget. Nature always has surprises waiting. Feeding. Frenzy. He wasn't prepared for what happened next. The moment he made a little noise and held out the food, the fish went wild. They leaped out of the water, pushing and wriggling over each other like they hadn't eaten in ages. The scene was both chaotic and funny, with the fish acting as if they would do anything for a bite. The man kept feeding them, surprised by their desperate rush. It was an unexpected but entertaining look at how intense things can get when food is involved. Dolphin rescue. It was a simple act of kindness that made all the difference. A peaceful afternoon turned into a rescue mission when locals on the southern coast found a dolphin trapped in a pile of trash near the water. It was about a meter long and weighed over 33 pounds, but no one knew how it got there. Without hesitation, they worked together, carefully moving it away from the garbage and back toward the water. Thanks to their quick actions, the dolphin returned to its natural habitat, swimming away safely. Vanishing enigma. In Texas, someone spotted something bizarre near a pond. A long, pale, worm-like creature wriggling on the water's surface. It looked almost see-through and moved strangely. Curious, he poked it with a stick. The moment he touched it, the creature dissolved instantly, disappearing without a trace. People online quickly started guessing what it could be, with some even calling it an alien life form. Its eerie appearance and sudden disappearance only deepened the mystery. Scientists are now looking into it, hoping to uncover the truth behind this strange event. Mythical ocean. Back in 1996, a man standing on a seaside cliff captured something unbelievable on camera. While filming the coastline, he unknowingly recorded what looked like a mermaid resting on a rock. The creature had a human-like upper body and a shimmering fish-like tail, making the sight both fascinating and mysterious. For a while, the mermaid remained still, as if enjoying the sun. But as soon as she noticed people watching, she quickly slid into the water and disappeared.
Oh my god! What is that?
Subscriber's pick. This happened in Brunei, when a man spotted something in the river that left everyone unsettled. The creature had tiny eyes, a terrifying number of sharp teeth, and a body that looked like an alligator, but not quite. No one had ever seen anything like it in these waters. Some locals started calling it a river monster, while others believed it might be a mutated gator. Even experts couldn't agree on what it was. The mystery only deepened when officials issued a warning, urging people to stay cautious near the river. Whatever this thing is, it's best to keep a safe distance.